And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Working the middle, it's complete. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
They'll snap it from the 36. They got a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his tight end. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The Gators in a good spot here with second and short. Give to the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Gators are marching down the field. From the gun, running back on the move. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox toting the rock, man. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big, but so fast.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Makes the catch. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun to give, looking for room. Pushes ahead for a couple, they'll mark it at the 33.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Pocket breaking down. Takes a hit as he fired. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. The Sooners will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground.
You know, the worst thing that can happen to a return man is muffing punts, fumbling it, putting on the ground, and he did it right there. He's very lucky he was able to jump on his own phone.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the tight end. At the 40, there he goes. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They'll try to get outside. Tough sledding there as he picks up one to the 29.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage.
Turning it on. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Unloads to the right. A strike downfield. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Off the RPO, complete. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Hines is back in the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. 4th down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
Quick release by the QB. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. From the gun, the ground game. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This is like having extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did tack on the extra point. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Norris. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it at the 29.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Moving away from pressure. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
They go to the ground. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Now improvising. Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
And he's really proven to this defense that he's just not a one-trick pony. He can beat you through the air, and now he can do this. Now he can take off the scramble, move the sticks, get his 1st down for his offense. This defense, they're starting to learn pretty quickly. This guy is a talented joker at quarterback.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Takes it the other way. The 30. He's at the 10. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Arkansas is getting its clock cleaned today. That crowd was calling the Hogs in the pregame, but they're saying some other things right now. They're trailing by 14 to Texas. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition. And if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Makes the grab over the middle. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 for the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Just a short pass to the tight end. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Lost a throw on 1st down. It's complete to the left. All down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Get it out on the screen. There he goes. They'll rip off 8 on that play in 2nd and 2.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in 2nd down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the 1st down.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. Catch in the middle, it's Norris. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him, and that is the way you finish a 1st half, and now you got a chance to tie this football game.
And he made the extra point without problem. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Well, the offense is trying to get aggressive. They're trying to hit the corner route, but better coverage on the back end by the defense, knocking that one away.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Good timing on the quick out. He gets it up across the 20 to the 22 before he's pushed out of bounds. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. Looking downfield on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
That's caught. It's Brady. Turning it on. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Right on the money. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. And the Sooners will hustle to the line. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And his throw is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be.
Headed to the end zone. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. The quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to you want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. You do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
Got his man. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give him a first down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for them?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that one.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Makes the grab. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that one.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. The Sooners kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Using the quick game. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Well, they're working the slot receiver on a drag route here. He's just kind of fighting his way through the traffic. He's able to come out the other side and present a nice target for the quarterback.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Touchdown Sooners! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Fakes to grab. Breaks into the open. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go. The football had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Works the middle.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so...
Throws on the Jets. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. It just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
The Gators have moved it inside the 20. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got a man. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Moves around to clear up the vision. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quick strike complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Got it behind the line. It's Moncrief. And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here we go on 4th and goal, ground to cover. Looking for the score. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
One final play before the end of the quarter. From his end zone, looking to throw. Got to take care of the ball. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. Caught. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. After the whistle, it's 1st and 5 for this offense. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Great place to start for this offense. The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Man, what a scramble by the quarterback. 4th quarter, need a play, 4th down. He makes it happen. This home crowd is going nuts. We got a great one on our hands.
Takes the handoff. It's Moncrief. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackle.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
On 2nd down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the 1st down on 2nd down. We don't need 3rd downs.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Quarterback adapting. Touchdown, Florida! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We've got to figure something out. We've got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. They'll run it from the gun. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, give him 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away. It's a big-time play.
He's got an open man. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. He's looking to throw. Punts it out of the air. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive game right away.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Gets it out quickly. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man.
Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Sooners started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Here's the handoff. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Good right down the boulevard. They're celebrating on the sideline after taking the lead, but still time on the clock. That last field goal gave them a 3-point lead. Now to see if they can cover the kickoff and keep them out of field goal range. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the 4th quarter, you get to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra 1st downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the 1st down.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. from the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Late in the game with the lead, the defense obviously knows here the offense is going to have to try and throw it. Nice job in the back end there, not just in coverage, but almost picking that football off. That was a game changer.
This game will come down to this, a field goal try to save them. Timeout is called with just a single second left. And this is some kind of belief in your kicker. They are sending him out there to try to get 3 from way downtown. Timeout is called with just a single second left. So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Throws for the end zone. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Trying to take it back. And he runs out of bounds with the interception, and that is how we'll finish off this game. What a battle this game was. Went right down to the end. #1 team in the land gets knocked off. But sometimes this gives you a chance to recalibrate some things, guys.
Yeah, and they're going to have to go back and watch this film and face some tough truths as well, because we know they've got a ton of talent. And this is a team that when they're playing their A game, they look like the best team in the country, David. Consistency, though, is going to be a big thing for them moving ahead.